What's up, y'all? It's Tony, and you checking out my artist breakdown. Bow. I was born in Columbus, Ohio, but I was raised in Florence, Kentucky. I moved there when I was a baby, so I'm from Kentucky for real. It's where I was raised. So Kentucky, shout out KY. Oh man, so the first time I wrote a rap, I was in second grade, and it was just about basketball and shit. Like this is shit I was doing in real life at the time, and that's the first time I wrote. But then the first time I recorded, I was 11. It was the summer before sixth grade, and me and my cousin recorded a song on the Guitar Hero mic. And we produced a beat in Mixcraft. It was terrible, but being able to hear our voices back the way we used to listen to all these other artists definitely like sparked it. I had written raps for years, written so many of them, but never recorded it, never got to hear myself on a beat. So like that changed everything. And then the first time I went to an actual studio, I was in the 8th grade. And yeah, my homie's dad was dating some lady that lived by a studio, and he booked us a session. And then that was my first, like, professional setting music making experience. So yeah, it's kind of like 3 of them. But, damn, this is hard. I might have BMO do some Daft Punk, something about us shit. BMO from Adventure Time. That's bro name, right? The little Game Boy. Yeah, that's what I thought. I ain't watched that in years. Yeah, I have bro do some Daft Punk shit. And it'd be all robotic and cool, but it'd be wavy. I'm sure if I really thought about it, I could come up with a lot. But BMO is what I'm feeling right now. So yeah. Damn. I think a lot, probably the whole class, and not classroom, but the whole graduating class of 5th graders. I don't think they can fuck with me. I got kicks, we got low blows. It's nothing. I don't think they can mess with me. I'm not gonna lie. This would be like the gorilla argument, but flip it for sure. Don't hit kids though. Don't do that. This is hard because I kind of hate conspiracy theories, but I don't know if aliens are a conspiracy theory, but I'd have to say aliens. I'm 110% positive that aliens exist. And I've seen UFOs myself. So it can't be a full conspiracy because I've seen it. Oh, God. Man, I hope people don't get mad, but probably flat earth. Sorry if y'all are flat earthers. Either flat earth or the idea that like all these celebrities are like in the Illuminati. I don't believe that. But I don't know. Ooh. Being a black man, I can't really go to the past unless I might pop up like Dave Chappelle and them did when they when they popped up on the Slave Masters.
We are the time haters. We traveled all the way back through time to call you a cracker.
Other than that, yeah, I have to go to the future, man. I'm trying to see the new shit because I can't imagine. Or we might not be here. Actually, we might be fucked. It might be worse than it is now. But assuming it's like cyberpunk or some shit, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to live that like Blade Runner reality. I don't need a flying whip and like all of that. Man, it depends. It can't be something like, I remember I had Chipotle in a studio one time and it had the studio smelling like Chipotle. I felt bad. So it can't be no food. I normally don't record in the studio. I be at the crib, so it's like I don't know. My studio snack is like tequila, low key. That's my studio snack. I'm not gonna lie. Anejo. the TV shows I watch aren't something you want to be in. I'm trying to think of my favorite shows. I'm like The Wire. I'm like, nah, I would not want to be in The Wire or Game of Thrones. Like, yeah, I don't know if that's a good look. They was living rough. Mm, I'm gonna just go with some Star Wars shit, a Star Wars show, so I can have a lightsaber and shit like that, and fly around. That'd be lit for sure. Actually, nah, Dragon Ball Z. If I could be a Saiyan, put me in Dragon Ball. Let me do that. There we go. Ooh, damn. I feel like we could learn more from animals. That's some fried shit. But you feel me? Like I feel like just off the one language that I can speak, I know that humans are shitty, and a lot of you niggas are stupid as fuck. So I don't know if I need to interact with more people these days. I think I'm gonna go with the animals. I think they'd be kind of chill. And yeah, for sure. I'm doing animals. I'm a nature guy too. I like being outside and shit. So I'm gonna just people gonna think I'm crazy as hell. I'm gonna look like a crackhead talking to animals. But I'm gonna go with that one for sure. Traditional. Fuck boneless wings. Boneless wings are not wings. Those are chicken nuggets. Those are glorified chicken nuggets. Get that shit out of here. At least call it what it is. Now I've eaten boneless wings in a pinch, but those are chicken nuggets, dog. Boneless wings, no. Traditionals, and I prefer drums over flats too. So I know everybody likes flats. Flats are overrated. They're both as good. You can't front like one's better than the other, man. Wings are wings. Damn. Can I say a food brand that I want to work with? It's not a restaurant, but Toaster Strudels gotta fuck with me. If I ever pop off on music, nigga, listen. I got so many Toaster Strudel flavors. I'm afraid to say it for real. I don't even want. They might steal the shit if they come across this video. Listen, they need a peanut butter and jelly joint. Either it could be peanut butter on the inside with the grape jelly icing, or grape on the inside with the peanut butter icing. Would be gas. Okay, we could get glazed donut flavor. It needs to happen. I'm telling you, listen, I got Toaster Strudels gotta fuck with me because I will really reboost the whole brand. I have flavors on deck, a lot of them, numerous. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Fuck with me. I'm gonna just say sushi because I like sushi. And it's raw. And no, I'm playing. Let me think of a better answer. But I'm trying to think of something that makes actual sense. Something that's like got a complex palate. You feel me? Something spicy. Let's go with that. Spicy something. It's stimulating. It's got flavor. It's got layers and complexity. Let's take it back to wings. Spicy garlic wings specifically. It's complex. It's got heat. Boom, boom. Make the connection how you will. I don't know. Let's see. As like a rapper, I feel like, or really just as a musician, it's gotta be either like Wayne, Outkast. It could be Andre or Big Boy. And the Neptunes, just cause like coming up, Outkast is what really got me into rap. My parents had AT Aliens, and I used to listen to that shit all the time. Had a cool little like booklet with a comic in it and shit, and like, yeah, just the way they would put words together, they like spoke my language, just like as like some weird left field creative shit, and then also kind of being Southern with it, like it really spoke to me. And same with, like I said, the Neptunes, just being like weirdos, and they from the South, and it's like there's so much of the South that they embody, but it's also like hard to even pinpoint it. And coming up, all my favorite songs was produced by the Neptunes. Like, that's really the blueprint. And then, like I said, Wayne, like, I think Wayne might be the GOAT potentially. Just his mixtapes and shit really got me going too, right in my like formative years when I was real young, putting shit down. Like that's really I feel like how I got like bars was studying Wayne. And sidebar to the Neptunes too, I'd say Push for real, just because I was a huge Clips fan coming up too, and I think Push is like one of the best rappers ever. I just really respect his pen, and I feel like he kind of can like do no wrong on a record, and I feel like I know the production that he would need. And same for Wayne. Wayne, I think, could do better production a lot. Like I feel like sometimes Wayne don't be getting on the right beats these days, and I feel like I would get him on some shit that like niggas ain't used to hearing him on, and it would really like jog the rapper in him to want to really spit some shit. So yeah, one of them three or four. Let's see. A big red flag for me is like if you can't dress, like this is like romantically speaking, right? Like this, and people in general are like a partner. As a partner, you gotta dress good at least. Like that sounds shallow as hell, but like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the way you dress says a lot about you. If you have no like originality in how you dress, and you don't wear what you wear because you actually like that shit, then it says some shit about you in other areas potentially. Red flags in people though, like people, if you have beef with like numerous people and you think that everybody's out to get you, but it might be a you problem, that's a red flag. I know a lot of people that have a lot of enemies, and at a certain point, too many enemies, I think, is a you problem. So yeah, you gotta watch out for that. People got a lot of enemies. It's usually for a reason. So like, watch how people treat other people. If you seeing people treating other people bad, but they treat you good in the moment, you know, you never know, and they might start treating you how they treat other people. So you gotta watch that. People that are selectively nice to folks are not good people. Probably teleportation. Cause I mean it's lazy, but look, like that would be nice. You gotta think about how like traffic wouldn't even exist. Nothing would, you never be late to anything. It'd be easy. But that's kind of a lazy answer. That might not be lit. Flying would be ill. Yeah, let me fly. What's a superhero with a cool Chronicle, that movie Chronicle, whatever the fuck they had going on, they had like telekinesis / flying. Give me that shit. That would be ill.
You do not feel guilty when you squash a fly. And I think that means something. I just think that really means something.
I would not be a villain though. I'd be a good guy. My powers. I don't know. I don't want to sound cliche and corny, but I feel like I would like just make sure all my family and my homies was good. Like I would just like pay everybody's debt off and shit. Not everybody, but like a lot of people though. I think that would be ill. I want to say I'd buy a house like out of state somewhere, like maybe California. I don't know. Yeah, I think. Ooh, you know what? Actually, I got a better one because I actually was thinking about this not long ago. My family used to own a lot of land back in the day in Louisiana, like way, way, way back in the day. Like some of the first black people to own like property down there, and I think I would be like, if I got a lot of money, I want to like buy that land back and like do some shit with that and like kind of restore that community that they built back in the day. I think that'd be cool, and it would like really mean something at least, and it would be like kind of, I don't know, it'd be fulfilling on a lot of levels. So yeah. It's kind of hard because like I don't be feeling guilty about it, but like I do fuck with a good pop song every once in a while. Like I fuck with Ariana Grande, I fuck with Justin Bieber. Like there's some pop songs I fuck with for sure, a lot of them. I can't think of one because I've never felt guilty listening to it, because if it slaps, it slaps. Damn, what's one that it's like, why do I like this though? I really like Party in the USA, yo, but I feel like I'm not like alone on that. Party in the USA is fire song, dog. I used to really like Call Me Maybe too. I was a slapper at the time for some strange reason. Don't ask me. She might have put crack in that. This is mad easy. We cutting J. Cole with no hesitation, and not because he backed out of the beef. This has been my opinion for years. If you're one of my friends, you'd probably argue with me about J. Cole because niggas think I'm a J. Cole hater, but I just think he's overrated as hell. So then, yeah, Drake's gonna go second, and Kendrick's obviously better than. And this is, like I said, this ain't even got nothing to do with the beef. This was my opinion pre-beef. If you was to rank them big three, it'd be Kendrick, Drake, Cole, no question. And I don't even know if Cole should be in the big three conversation, but whatever. Sorry. Probably, I don't know if it's specific advice, but just like, I feel like coming up, my parents kind of just like instilled a lot of confidence in me. Like it wasn't directly saying it, but I felt like I never felt judged ever for anything. Like no, I just kind of did what I wanted, and like nobody questioned it. So I just always had confidence in my decisions and my taste, and what I want to wear or listen to or what I want to eat or whatever. It's just kind of like I've always been accepted for me by the people around me. So like indirectly they've given me the advice to just be me and be confident and be, just own who you are. I feel like it's taken me a long way. Probably Pac for real. Like when I was a kid, like my mom loved Tupac, so like, I grew up listening to him, but like when I was a kid, I was more into like Biggie's music, but I really was into Pac like as a person and what he stood for, and I would watch his interviews all the time, and just like I just feel like he had a unique mind and like just a real lens on things. And like as I got older, I started to understand like how, like just really what he was saying. Like I said, I liked Biggie when I was younger because he was doing like the Jiggy Fly shit and I was a kid, so I thought that was tight. But like I remember being in like college, and I was hip to Pac before college, but I had a moment in college where I was around the age that Pac was when he made Me Against the World, and I was listening to it. Like it was so relatable, and just the shit he was saying about being a black man in America in like, it was 2 decades or whatever before, or 15 years before, and we the same age, and what he's saying then is ringing mad true to me as a 20-something-year-old. And it's just like crazy how his messages and like his mind, how he viewed things, was able to be like relevant beyond his existence. So like I've just always found, like I said, the way he thinks to be interesting, and like I just feel like I'd have a good conversation and a lot to learn from him. He's somebody I feel like I would trust their perspective and their take on things, and I would take it seriously. Sheesh. Probably In the Jungle. I love the water, but I'm way more defenseless in water. I'm probably getting smoked regardless, but yeah, I probably defend myself a little bit better with the knife in the jungle. The water, I don't think the survival rate's too high for that one. Yeah, we doing the jungle for sure. It's a lot of things. I could be a chef. I like to cook and I like to eat. So I could definitely be a chef. Like if it wasn't expensive, I would probably go to culinary school just for fun. Like if I was rich and had the time, I would do that. Uh, I think it'd be cool to be a teacher, but they don't get paid shit. But it's a very important job, and they should get paid a lot more, and they're underappreciated. But I think it's a job where I would feel like I was making a difference, and I feel like people need to like give guidance to the youth and take them serious at the same time. I think everybody can remember those good teachers they had growing up, and the teachers and like coaches and shit that did care about the students and like really did show effort and want to help kids. And I don't know, it's an impactful job. I think it'd be cool. And then also I think I'd like to make movies. It's something that's hard to do. I would love to do it. Still, is daunting and expensive. So it's like, damn. But I think I could make movies for sure. That'd be pretty dope. Damn. It would have to be something like coming of age ish. I feel like damn, I'm trash at titles. Something definitely in the lines of like a coming of age movie title, because I feel like there's a lot of ups and downs and growths, and I kind of just put out what I feel without giving it too much thought. So it's like in hindsight, looking back, it's almost like a coming of age movie, because you're seeing all these different stages of, you know, where a person's life and where their mind is. So I don't know, something in that category. I guess, because I'm trying to think what I would like to. I'm trying. I would say R&B, but I really ain't got the vocals for all that shit. But I love R&B music and soul. I want to say that, but then like I don't know, man. That's tough. I think I'm gonna have to go R&B, because I do. That's a genre that I really do know in and out and really grew up on. It's a lot of music I got into later in life, and I do know a lot about it. But like, I feel like when you grow up with a certain type of music in your household, and it's just like your reference point for rhythm and tone and tempo and shit like that, like just the music you grow up on, you always have a certain type of connection to it. So I'd have to say R&B, because I think it's probably the closest match to rap in my musical DNA. Honestly, like probably trial and error, and just being like self-aware of the fact that the whole thing is a journey, and like where you are in that journey. Like I said, first time I wrote a rap, I was in the second grade, and I wanted to be a musician, but I also had enough self-awareness to know, like, all right, you're a kid, you got to get better at this, you got to live more and experience more to like have something to write about and talk about. And like, you know, I would go through different creative phases, and I would make stuff that was cool, I would make some shit that was trash, and like I'd work with different people. It's just a lot of different things, and this is like a process, and you just got to know that like it probably ain't gonna happen overnight. You probably shouldn't want it to happen overnight. You should want to get good over the years, because it's gonna take a long time to really, really get good at shit. Like, even if you're good starting out, it's just always room to grow. So you just gotta kind of know, just knowing that I have room to grow, knowing that there's dues you gotta pay. You know, it's you gotta put in the work, and you gotta know when something's there and when something's not there. You know what I mean? You just gotta be real with yourself and not be biased and shit like that. So I'd say self-awareness. If I mean musically, if I can I don't know, sustain a lifestyle off music, it would be cool if that could be my one and only occupation. Like if you could really, be a professional artist on that level to where that's your job. I would consider that success. That's kind of my goal. I'm not trying to be like super famous or anything like that. I just would like to be able to create and make what I want to make and, sustain a healthy lifestyle off of that. So that would, that's success to me. And I think it's definitely something that could be done in 5 years, hopefully. Like things I want to do for my community. I definitely want, as far as like the music community, like the local scene, I want us all to get on and to work more. I want there to be more camaraderie around creatives around here. I think it's a lot of talented musicians, and like people stick to themselves. And I think a lot of times as artists we tend to do that because sometimes we're like reclusive or we get in our zone working. But I really try to link artists with other artists and put people on songs together that might not know each other or never worked together. Like it's kind of been a goal of mine for a minute to try to get just camaraderie amongst everybody and get us working together. Because I feel like, there's not a lot of resources in Cincinnati and in Kentucky, but there's a lot of art, a lot of talent, and like, you can't do it by yourself for real. And we could do things together. People could do this shit together. And I feel like it could just, the productivity could be through the roof. A lot of times when I make some of my best stuff or I've been a part of really good projects, it's like, oh, I'm helping this person shoot their video. I don't really shoot videos, but I'm gonna help you shoot this, and then we're gonna, this person's gonna help do this, and blah, blah, blah. We're helping each other out because we don't have people around here. I can't hire somebody to be a this, that, and the third when there's no real entertainment industry. So you kind of gotta like hit your friends up and be like, yo, would you mind holding this boom mic for me while we do blah, blah, blah. Like sometimes you just gotta do that. So my goal is to make sure we all involve each other more in each other's work. And I don't know, I want people to come together, not have egos, and like I think we're all stronger as a music community here in this area than we are doing our own things. People need to stop punching in and freestyling. And I'm not saying never. I'm not saying I've never done it. But like some of y'all aren't really literate enough for that. I don't know. That might sound harsh. Maybe take that part out. But I just think like, I don't know, man. There's nothing wrong with thinking about what you're gonna say. You gotta, when you're saying something and you're putting it out there to exist in the ethos forever, you should probably consider what you're gonna say a little bit. Not every song calls for that, but it's like, I don't know, man. It'd be a lack of care. I feel like you should want what you're saying to be a little bit more refined than just punching in about nothing. And it sounds weird sometimes. Like you can tell sometimes. So, I don't know. Yo, it's Tony. You just watched my artist breakdown with Illosophical. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you stay tuned for my podcast coming soon and my performances. Shout out to the whole team. Yes, sir.
Acting like they mild cause they deep, but I shook them. Acting like you never seen a gold while you looking. Sipping dirty, but a nigga don't rock Gucci flip-flops. Bringing shit back to the essence, keep it hip-hop. Can't stand the heat, get the fuck out when I'm